Good morning, everyone. Well, snow is going to be most widespread across Iowa this morning, and there's gradually going to be less and less as we go through today and tonight. But it is going to take quite some time for the last of the snow to exit the state. So let's get started at 9 a.m. this morning, and we're talking about widespread light to moderate snow for the northeastern half of the state. And that's going to be the story throughout the day and tonight. More to the north and east, less to the south and west. Also got to mention pockets of heavy snow as well, mostly light to moderate, but definitely areas of heavy snow as well. By the time we get to noon, I still think for the northeastern half of the state, lots of light to moderate snow coming down, but not as much heavy snow. I think there are just going to be a few pockets of heavy snow left. Quite the variety in temperatures today, with a stalled out front in the state. So look at 31 at noon in Burlington, but just 15 in Sioux City and Mason City. Also, though I think eventually winds are going to become more uniform, around noon today in the western part, say gusts around 30 miles per hour, so windy in around Sioux City, Denison, but as you go to the east, less wind, only a light breeze as you get over towards the Quad Cities, gusts around 15 miles per hour. But pretty soon we're going to see pretty uniform winds across the state. There's going to be a transition to winds increasing to the east and actually decreasing in the west. So now let's jump ahead to 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, I think we're done with the heavy snow, and we're talking about scattered snow showers for the most northern third of the state. But everywhere else, it looks like just isolated snow showers and flurries by the time we get to 3 o'clock. But we'll still call it scattered light to moderate snow for that northern third of the state. But I do think it's just light to moderate, so no more heavy snow by the time we get to 3 o'clock. But let's take a look at 6 o'clock as we get into the evening hours. We're still talking about that scattered light to moderate snow for the northern third of the state, but just isolated snow showers everywhere else, although worth mentioning. See that in the southeastern corner of the state around the Burlington area? That's actually a little bit of freezing rain. It's not going to be much, but maybe a hundredth of an inch, 2/100ths of an inch of freezing rain. A possibility in the southeastern corner of the state, yes, but for the vast majority of us, I do think it's going to stay snow. And by 6 o'clock, pretty uniform winds no matter where you are in Iowa. We'll just call it breezy, gust 20, 25 miles per hour. Still technically a little bit more to the west than the east. All right, so now here we are at 9 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock, I really think it's going to be isolated snow showers and flurries for everyone. I think we're done with even calling it scattered activity, and there's going to be a gradual coming to an end of these isolated snow showers and flurries. It's going to start in the west first and end in the east. So, isolated snow showers and flurries, a chance for all at 9 o'clock. But by midnight, I think we're done in the western part of the state. And the isolated snow showers and flurries are going to be limited to the central and eastern part of the state. Still going to be breezy even late this evening, gusts 20, 25 miles per hour. So a wind chill factor is going to be feeling colder than what these temperatures are indicating. Notice the difference. Colder to the north and west, warmer to the south and east. We've got just 6 in Sioux City at midnight tonight. By 3 a.m., I think the isolated snow showers and flurries are going to be limited just to the eastern part of the state, done in central Iowa, done in western Iowa. And then by about sunrise tomorrow, 6 a.m., I think we will be done with the snow across the state. And uniform winds across the state. Notice how they've been gradually decreasing to the west, gradually increasing to the east, but I think they're going to be uniform across the state around 20 miles per hour. We've seen those gusts 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look at that, 2 in Sioux City at 6 a.m., but 22 over in the Quad Cities. So cold, but not as cold. How much more snow do we have to go? Well, for the southern half of the state, it is not looking like much. We're talking about a quarter, 3/4 of an inch. The most likely amount, probably around a 1/2 inch. And that includes the Quad Cities, Iowa City, Des Moines, Osceola, Burlington. Again, you're in that range of about a 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch, mostly in a 1/2 inch. But you go a little bit farther to the north, and look how the snow totals, the snow we still have to go at the end of tonight, start to increase. So for Dubuque, Denison, Sioux City, about another inch, inch and a half left to go. Fort Dodge, Waterloo, about another 2 to 2.5 inches. But for that most northern part of the state, in and around Mason City, about another 3 to 3.5 inches of snow before it's all said and done. Finally, let's talk about Sunday afternoon. Look at these high temperatures. Now again, still seeing that temperature difference across the state, but look at that high temperature of just 3 in Mason City, 5 in Sioux City. That's our high temperature Sunday afternoon, 8 in Waterloo. And notice how we're probably going to see the temperature drop a little bit. These are our afternoon temperatures, so we're probably only going to wind up in the upper teens in the afternoon in the Quad Cities. And now breezier to the east, less wind to the west, which is good, with a high of 5 degrees in Sioux City. At least gusts are only going to be around 15 miles per hour, but gusts around 25 miles per hour. Definitely still on the breezy side in the eastern part of the state. Again, a dry day Sunday. We're talking about partly cloudy skies, but gusts 15 to 25 miles per hour is enough for a wind chill factor for all. So look what it's going to be feeling like Sunday afternoon. We're talking about feels like temperatures, the wind chill around minus 15 in Mason City, minus 13 in Sioux City. In fact, I think it's going to be below zero everywhere, all the way to Iowa City. In the most eastern part of the state, feels like temperatures will be a little bit better, but we're still talking about wind chills in the single digits.